Kia ora and welcome back to the channel. I'm Albie and today we are doing a drawing, so not painting, so it's little bit different. Since the 10th of June, I've been doing some daily sketches in here just with a random Bic ballpoint pen. So nothing fancy drawing tool wise, and I've just done few so far, nothing crazy. Where is today's? One accidentally upside down. And so I thought it would be quite nice to do a drawing with you guys. So it's a little different, just a drawing. I've just, right before pressing start on this video, I picked a couple random items to draw right in front of me. So I'm going to do the coffee can, which I haven't tried yet, so I don't know if it's any good, and then two mandarins. So a little random for the setup, but that's what I'll be drawing. For these, I've got quite prominent shapes, so I usually just start by getting a rough idea of the important shapes. So this is kind of the top of the can, which you can't quite see on camera, but that's beside the point. You can see most of it. So yeah, I don't know if you guys want to see any of these videos. I want to continue drawing daily for at least the end of this sketchbook. So if anything, you'll probably see the video of all of these done, but that won't be for like another few months anyway. And I thought before then you guys might want to see maybe some more drawings or have suggestions for things I could draw. Always open to that. Sometimes it gets a little bit uninspiring into like what to draw, and that's why I end up drawing a lot of stuff that ends up on my desk, like cups or my paintbrushes, which I already have done, so we're already running low on ideas. So I usually just do like a rough like scribble for the shading. I don't do anything too particular, just because these are sketches. This is just to sketch what I see. I don't want to be finicky about it. That's why I like to sketch in pencil. I also like to sketch in pencil because I end up smudging pencil all the time, and I make such a mess of it, so I avoid pencil like the plague. But pen sketches really do help for making you feel more confident about your lines and the marks you make, which is really nice. And even if you do muck up the shape of it, it's just you work with what you've drawn, you kind of just improvise a little bit and you make it work. And the best thing about doing stuff like this is that you can always just turn the page the next day, or for the next painting or something like that, which is always so good to just have at the back of my mind, and helps with not being too precious about stuff like this. For this mandarin, it looks more oval. It is quite oval, but I didn't want to make it just a plain circle. I wanted to add some shape to it because it's not a plain oval. We're having different angles here again. So you can't, it looks more oval over here on the camera, but trust me, this is what I see. Got another mandarin here. I'll probably do a painting for the next video. I don't know what to paint yet, so it might just be a random paint with me. And I've almost finished that sketchbook, which is pretty crazy. So another sketchbook tour, which will be really nice. To just see what's accumulated in that book. Got a little stalk. See, the thing with mandarins is they've got all the little individual dots, which I don't particularly want to add, so I will not. This is the great thing about drawing as well, is that there's a lot of creative liberty that you can take with it. It's like, I don't want to add that, so you don't have to. And usually when drawing, people don't actually know what your reference photo is, so you can make it up and be like, that was there, I swear. Which is quite entertaining. Unless you show people what your reference photo is, then it's like, well, they might know what you're trying to draw there. But it's good to be able to look at what you were trying to draw and understand why they differ. Like for this, I've got some of the shading probably in the wrong spot. I didn't want to go into detail with the texture, but I know these things and I'm aware that I'm taking charge and changing it up a bit. This is just like some cross-hatching of sorts. Just to build up where the shadow is darker. So here is quite prominent shadow in here. So yeah, I don't know if you want me to explain why I'm shading the way I am, but I thought just in case anyone was kind of like new to drawing or wanted to try it with a ballpoint pen, I definitely recommend it. Thought I'd give some tips and pointers. This is just the shadow, because the shadow always kind of sets the scene, I feel. Helps put it in a place. These ballpoint pens have gone through a lot. The amount of harsh scribbling I've done to get the depth I want. And I always find it very important to date it, just so that you can look back and see improvement and just see where you started at. And sometimes if I feel like it, I'll add just like a little detail about what I was doing that day, or who I was with when I did the drawing, or what I'm feeling. It changes from day to day, but that's kind of the base of it in a bloom. And then so yeah, I'm clearly just kind of going with it, seeing what happens. And some days I do a very quick drawing, and some days I'll spend a bit longer. This idea as well is really good if you don't want to buy a lot of art supplies to begin with, and you just want to try it out, or just try drawing or get better and improve without buying paint or anything like that, because paint is expensive. I'll be the first to admit it. It racks up in prices with the brushes, the paper you want, and sometimes all you want to do is just draw and get better at just drawing what you see, which can honestly be quite hard, drawing what you see, because you want to exaggerate features unintentionally, especially when you're drawing people. People is quite a difficult subject to master and understand, that like proportion-wise, like the relationship parts of the body have with each other, and like size-wise and structure-wise. And yeah, it's crazy how much the drawing affects all of the outcome anyway. This is me rambling now. Don't actually know if it's going to be helpful tips for anyone. Because, it's still me rambling, but when I started, because I've done daily drawing before, I did it for 3 years, back in 2019, I believe, and I didn't start with a reference photo. Reference photos, especially when you want to get it accurate, help so much. And I didn't use a reference photo, so they all looked like they were all quite the same with bad proportions and didn't quite look right, up until I figured out using a reference photo is quite helpful. So I started doing that and I saw some real improvement with some of my drawings, which I was so proud of. They were looking so good. And then I started bringing in some paints and stuff, and then it got quite overwhelming just with life and drawing daily, so I stopped. But it was so helpful just to kickstart me into creating again. And here I am coming back to it, which is pretty crazy. I didn't think I'd start drawing daily again, but my sister said she wanted to do it, so I was like, you know what, stuff it. I'm going to do it too. So she's taking a break from it at the moment, but I said I'm going to keep going. I'm going to see how far I can push myself with this. And so far I'm really proud of myself. I've been doing it for like 2 weeks, over 2 weeks now, which is actually quite a while because it can be difficult to find just like 10 minutes, 15 minutes each day to do a daily drawing. And some days you just really don't feel like it. So, yeah. That is all I've had to say. That is me done, I believe. Pretty happy with it. It's quite a fun little sketch. There it is in all its glory. So next step, as I said earlier, is to date it. So it is the 25th of June 2024, and this is for a YouTube vid. There we go. So, yeah. Thank you guys for coming along on this little journey with me drawing this, and I hope you guys have a good day. Hope this was fun, entertaining, inspiring even, which would be incredible. And yeah, if you guys have any suggestions on what you'd like to see drawn or video ideas, some even with painting, I'd love to hear them. So yeah, have a good day guys, and see you in the next one.